Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Turnabout Podcast. I am your co-host, Pink and Purple Cloudy Urban Outfitters Bed Sheets.
And I'm a very, very small tinfoil hat. That's what I am.
Who's wearing it?
A tiny, tiny hedgehog called Kate Hall.
No! Someone actually beat us to the punch with our hedgehog commentary. I'm gonna put it up on screen.
Please do.
Someone photoshopped her on Sonic. Like a Sega character.
Incredible.
Like, isn't it weird?
I'm so happy that other people feel the same way. I was like, it's not just us. She does look like a hedgehog.
No, she genuinely looks like a hedgehog.
So I was like, yes. Let's talk about this. But yeah, that's who I am. And welcome back to Turnabout Podcast.
And welcome back to Turnabout Podcast, 50th episode special. This is...
Look at us.
Oh my god, this is very much...
emotional.
Yes, and a landmark.
It's a landmark. It's emotional. You can count this up as you want, but it's also like today was your last day of class for your bachelor degree.
It was my last day of class.
Yesterday was my bachelor class. Like, it's a lot of important stuff for us. Like,
yes.
You know, this is the 50th. Who would have thought when we started this podcast
we'd be 50 episodes in?
Ideas. We've kind of counted it. We've done about
100 hours of content.
100 hours of content.
Roughly.
Minimum. Because we also have hot takes, other stuff. But it's like we've spoken so much about this video game and we still have so much to say. I've enjoyed every single one of those 100 hours.
Yes.
And yeah, it's just a lot of emotion for us. Like 50th episode, that's something.
Yes, we are. And we have a lot of special things planned for today. First of all, as you may have guessed from the title, obviously it's a very special episode. It's a very comedic episode. It's the brother and sequel of the Bellboy episode, which was our 1 year anniversary. It's insane we're here. Like, looking back as well.
It's crazy. And it's like, I think I'm happy we're doing it on him. Should we say who it is, first of all?
Yeah, because it's on the title.
It's
Shi-Long Lang episode, yeah.
Because, like, the Bellboy, I think it was almost like a running joke from before the podcast.
The Bellboy.
Yeah. Whereas, like, Shi-Long, it happened in the podcast. We just started bullying him one day, and then it became, like, a thing.
A character, yeah.
So, it's like, he really grew on us in the podcast. He's linked to the podcast.
Yes, we do target a lot of characters.
Yeah.
But this one is definitely like the next one after the Bellboy.
Yeah, definitely.
Yuri Cosmos is slowly making his way up to that list.
Who is Selena Sprocket?
Raymond Shields.
Oh. Raymond Shields, Selena Sprocket, Yuri Cosmos, The Furry.
The Furry, yeah.
Sparks Brushel. Dumas Gloomsbury.
Romaine
Lettuce. Just,
God.
A lot of... We love our side characters.
Yes.
We love our side characters.
We do.
But yeah, it's the...
the president of Zangfa. So yeah.
Oh, man.
The crime scene.
When he was trying to pretend he's a lion.
I'd be lying.
Oh my god. So
that was good.
Shi-Long Lang. The myth, the man, the legend, the Monster Energy drinking fella.
Spoiler alert.
For
the Shi-Long Lang discourse.
Mainly the Two Investigations game?
Yes. So yeah. We actually featured artists before we go into the episode. We actually have something really special planned. So this week, we're gonna be spotlighting and reintroducing our first ever featured artist on this channel. It's Freshwater Pirate. We've talked about her work so many times on this podcast. It's like a recurring theme at this point.
I feel like she's the most mentored artist
for
ever.
Sure.
We always talk about her Simon
and Horace
and Horace Knightley ship. Like, it's so good.
For me personally, and tell me if you feel this the same, like we were discussing this today, like the people who constantly view the podcast are part of the podcast, and like the history and like the comments, and like whenever I post on Tumblr and we have like a funny exchange with Snap as well. Snap was like a guest. We have Exploding Pineapple commenting on every video, and we love looking at the comments. Thomas Games Docs was on the podcast.
Yeah.
But it's the same for me. It's the same for Freshwater Pirate. Like Freshwater Pirate will forever be
a staple.
Yes. Like
an honorary member of the podcast. There's like people who are not co-hosts, but they are co-hosts in heart.
Yes. Like for me, it's part of the channel's history. Like it was the first artist. It's the artist we've spoken about the most. It was the artist like we reached out for the first time.
Yeah.
It's, for me, it's part of the history. So yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, the art is amazing.
And it still is.
We've mentioned this 50 episodes ago. We'll mention it again.
Absolutely.
Like,
the stories, the like dynamics that it's creating is just so good.
It's giving European comics, like Tintin, which is also Freshwater Pirate's Twitter profile.
We love that for her.
It's giving Lucky Luke. It's giving Asterix and Obelix.
Yeah.
Like, it's giving
French BD.
Yes. It's amazing. I love the work. I'm gonna link everything below, and please go and follow and like and support Freshwater Pirate. The art is amazing, and obviously you could spend 100 hours looking at the work. There's so much to go over. And this is just like the Ace Attorney stuff. Like it's hours and hours over like reading like the panels that are depicted here in the stories and like getting invested into the ships and the alternate universes. Do we have favorites? Because I don't.
I have.
You do?
I just want to mention a couple.
Yeah.
So you were like, oh, I know which one's going to be your favorite.
Yeah. I knew.
A redrawing of The Kiss.
Yes.
With Simon and Horace.
I feel like this is the thing we spoke about last time as well. Which is insane. Yeah, we've discussed this. It's
so good. And the knife and the bell. And the second one is the Eric Andre show of Pearl and Nick. With Pearl as Hannibal. And Nick as Eric Andre. I'm a huge fan of the Eric Andre show, so I really appreciate crossover with it.
Yeah.
And it fits really well. It makes sense. I completely buy that she would say this.
So those are your two favorites?
Yeah, I wanted to mention those before talking about our beloved comics.
So I didn't choose a favorite this week because it applies to everything what my favorite part of Freshwater Pirate's work is. It's everything about it, but like, heading into the podcast, this was a ship I loved.
Yeah.
And I think that's how I found Freshwater Pirate, because I was searching for Horace and Simon fan art. And in the end, there's like lore on lore on lore. Like the prosecutor AU is so good.
And she frames it like The Office.
Yes.
And it's like, it's exactly how I feel. I want a TV show of this. Like, I want to see Payne and all the prosecutor interacting with the detective and Gumshoe, and like, even Shi-Long Lang could be in there somehow. Like, it could be so much fun. Like, I love it.
Yes, and Shi-Long would be like that guy who comes in like very rarely and is super like sexist. You know who I'm talking about from The Office?
Oh, the guy who shits on Michael's
I think so.
floor. Todd?
Maybe.
I think he's called Todd Packer.
Yes, it's Packer.
Todd Packer, yeah.
Yeah, that would be Shi-Long Lang.
Yeah.
He'd come into the prosecutor's office and be a menace. But yeah, I love looking at this art. Like, probably my favorite artist we featured, hands down. The AU is amazing. It's my favorite ship. The way they're drawn together is
so
cute, so cute. I love it. Like, I can't praise it enough.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy. And Freshwater Pirate herself is so nice. As soon as like I messaged her like a month ago at this point, it was when we were in London.
It was a while ago, yeah.
Like, she was super nice. She was like super welcoming.
Did a month pass?
A month passed, yeah.
That's insane.
So yeah, Freshwater Pirate, if you're listening, thank you so much for agreeing to like get refeatured. We honestly couldn't thank you enough. You started all this, like the featured artist.
You were like the original, the OG.
Yes.
Can we
the
also
blueprint.
discuss this?
Yes.
Yes.
Take it away.
So, new ship unlocked, but I'm gonna say a couple of words that are gonna blow your mind. Athena Sykes, Sasha Buckler, in love.
Yes.
That is the content that Freshwater Pirate is offering us. Like,
which we have
knew,
like, yeah.
But we didn't knew at the same time. It's amazing. We love it. It's so good.
I love this piece.
It's so cute.
I don't know if she's insinuating here because it's 3 ships. I don't know if she's insinuating like how Byrne Faraday and Tyrell Bad are involved.
That was fucking Byrne Faraday. I was like, I didn't know who he was. Yeah,
it's
I recognized. Yeah. Oh, that's so cute.
And Tyrell Bad.
Maybe. Why not?
Like, are they together?
I'm not against it.
I'm not against it either. I mean, I barely remember Byrne Faraday.
Sure, this man could do.
No, the Athena Sasha.
It's adorable.
I feel like for as mistreated as Athena is, it would like do her real justice if at the end of like Dual Destinies she decided to quit the Write Anything agency and just join the Shipshape Aquarium.
Absolutely.
And just run away with like Sasha Buckler.
The only thing is like, if those two were real, I wish Athena would have been the main attorney on the case. You know what I mean?
Oh, yes.
Because it's like, oh, we had some interaction between the two of them, but not...
No, it was mostly Phoenix.
Phoenix and Sasha. So I feel it could have been really cool.
It could be like the new generation of Phoenix and Iris. Yeah.
Definitely.
Or like, if we get like an Athena in the future game, like the far future.
Yeah.
It could be like Sasha requesting her help again. It's like they remember like their origins.
Oh, that would have been so good. Like Sasha now working at like either another aquarium.
Capcom.
Or like a wildlife, like, you know, like she works for like wildlife saving of species and she's like in the ocean and we go on the boat with her.
Capcom has all this lore and is doing absolutely nothing with this property.
Capcom once again. Do something.
But yeah, Freshwater Pirate.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
We love your art. No, this is a little emotional, like revisiting the first ever featured artist. Like I remember vividly talking about Freshwater Pirate's art in my room last year. We were doing it online.
Yeah.
We
were.
It was so long ago.
It was almost like a year and a half.
Yeah.
So yeah, everyone go support, check out the work, get immersed into the story.
Absolutely. Get lost in it.
Yes, we'll link the Twitter below. And yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much.
So, before we move on to the episode and the goofiness and silliness just kicks off, what do you think of the recent news that Capcom has trademarked Apollo Justice in Japan?
Yeah. These are my thoughts.
Yeah?
Yeah, so I was like, my first thought is like, are they gonna do an Apollo Justice 2 in Korean? But I do think, what you've told me is that you think that they're doing a second trilogy.
What I'm thinking is that they did it so they can make a port for Switch. And what I'm thinking is that it's either going to be just Apollo Justice so they can make more money and then Dual Destinies and Spirit of Justice separately, or the entire thing as a trilogy. But I don't think they do that though.
I think they're going to do a second trilogy bundle.
I don't think they'd group Shu Takumi's work with the non-Shu Takumi. Yeah.
Do you think if they could do like Apollo Justice and then Dual Destiny and Spirit of Justice as a bundle?
Wait, what?
Like release Apollo Justice and then do Spirit of Justice
and Dual Destinies as a
like
bundle?
A bundle.
Yes,
yeah.
That I can see. But the trilogy, not so much, because I don't know how they're gonna market it.
It's not a trilogy.
No,
like we've discussed this at length in the second trilogy episode, but it's not a trilogy. Like the first trilogy, it makes complete sense to sell it together because it tells one overarching story of
Was that the first episode of season 2? I think so.
I don't think I remember doing it in my room last year.
The second trilogy?
Yeah. Let me look.
But yeah,
what was I saying?
You were saying how you don't see it as a trilogy.
Yeah, the first trilogy was the overarching story of how Phoenix becomes a lawyer. Like how he grows as a person, how he like finally becomes like this amazing lawyer. But what is the story of the second trilogy? Collect all of Apollo's Justice backstory? Is that it?
Basically. When was our season 2? Was it like when we came back from like...
Yeah, it was...
It was like September.
It was October, I think.
Criticisms of the second trilogy.
Is it?
Yeah. September 6th, 2021.
Wow.
That's insane. Very much the retrospect episode. So yeah, I'm really hoping we're gonna get new games soon.
Yes.
Because DGS did not pan out the same way I think I thought it would. Update on DGS. Lucie is halfway through the 5th episode.
Yeah, I liked the case 4th. And the case 5 has a fun premise and cool characters, but it's once again so slow. Like, I played case 4 actually quite quickly, but case 5 I've been stuck on it since weeks.
Oh.
So yeah, that's where I'm at.
We're never gonna end this game. Yeah. So Shi-Long Lang episode.
Let's get to it.
So we have our favorite
moments.
Shi-Long Lang moments and then questions of Shi-Long Lang. How many moments do you have, bestie? Sock.
I have 3.
3 moments? I have 3 moments as well. And then how many questions?
7.
7 questions? I have 7 questions as well. Excellent. Do you want to go first in your moment?
Sure. We were supposed to do 5, but we could only remember so little.
Yeah, I couldn't, like, these 3 moments are the times, like, I remembered the most.
So, here's my 3 moments.
Yeah.
My number 3 is his first introduction in the original game, so Investigation 1.
Yeah.
When he comes in the amusement park in the desert and is, like, surrounded by all of his bodyguards.
Yeah.
And it's just, like, the music starts playing. It's like... And he's here. And suddenly this strange man with sunglasses and shirtless with, like, fur around. It's like... He's here. Suddenly. He's appeared. And it's
he
like...
is.
It's all you need to know about the character. Oh... Just like his little being is there. This place where you're a prosecutor in like you're like looped into something weird. You just come out of a plane where someone was murdered. You arrive and this music starts playing.
It's very groovy.
It's like it describes him so well.
I know.
Like it's so him.
It is
if
him.
I had to describe him, it would be Shi-Long.
Shi-Long, that's the theme.
My second moment when...
Actually, the title of the theme is actually better.
What is it?
Speak up, pup.
Speak up,
pup.
Oh my god, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
Thank you for speaking out, Puck.
Should we do 1 and 1 or do all 3 and then all 3?
1 and 1. You can go.
Okay. So my first favorite Shi-Long Lang moment was, do you remember?
Wait, your third or your first?
They're like in.
They're not ranked.
So, do you remember when Shi-Long Lang graduated the police academy and hired a personal stylist to tailor his outfit and come up with his hairstyle for his first day at Interpol?
I know my memory of Investigation 1 is very fuzzy.
No, that definitely happens.
I feel like I'm being gaslit right now.
It's a flashback episode.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
What is it called? Turnabout. Turnabout makeover?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makeover for Turnabout.
Brilliant. I don't remember it.
I mean,
it's probably
you
because
have to replay it.
I have to replay it. I can't believe I missed it. Who was the stylist? Jean Armstrong?
Romain Ledoux.
Because he's the stylist of his wife, of course.
And it was 7 years before he became a security guard.
That's how he met Nicki Minaj.
Yes.
It's all coming together.
It is.
Is it all imaginary? I was like genuinely trying to find moments and I couldn't. So I picked 3.
I told you I was doing imaginary because I couldn't remember shit.
Oh.
I mean,
sure.
I can, but there's nothing like to discuss. Like, what, arresting a minor, John Marsh?
Love him for that. That should have been your number 1. You hate kids.
Yeah, the fact that Shi-Long wanted to arrest a minor.
Yeah. My number 2 was...
And then accused his mom.
Oh. Shi-Long...
Air quotes mom.
He's a 24-year-old mom. But he's just an icon.
I love him so much.
So...
What's your next moment?
My number 2 is...
not made up.
It's actually not made up. Is when he finds out about Sheena. I just remember him being so annoying in the game. Like, he's like defending her at first. And then, like, when he finds out, he's like... He should feel like an idiot. So that was my number 2.
I guess, like, the way he had her, like, fetch the script, the scroll, and read it, and then, oh my god, I found this sprite today that is genuinely in the game, and I completely forgot about it, but how when he's, like, arguing with Edgeworth, he like, extends the scroll over his face, and he says, Lang Zi says, which is, like, his ancestor, and then proceeds to quote, and it's something, like, as random as, like, ketchup is better than mayo or something, and it's like, Shi-Long, shut the fuck up.
No one cares. Like, literally, shut the fuck up. We figured out that he's Calisto You for, like, 10 minutes ago. You're the one not catching up. Please shut the fuck up.
How is he an FBI?
I know, he's so
like in
dumb.
Interpol.
He's such a himbo.
Is he Interpol or FBI?
He's Interpol, I think.
So he works with Francisca, yeah.
But he's such a himbo. And it's so it's so him at the same time. Like, of course he would never know that, like, one of his closest working people is, like, secretly not who they think they are. And when he finds out, he still not believes him. And he's being, like, a pain in the ass for everyone else. Like, it's so Shi-Long.
You need to snap the fuck out of it. I've had enough of your self-indulged bullshit. Shit.
What is your second one?
So my second one, this is actually from the second investigations.
Okay.
Yeah, do you remember when Shi-Long accidentally crushed a bachelorette party at a gay bar and they called the police?
Did he pretend he was the stripper?
No. He just
showed
up.
Yeah. Because,
he didn't even know it was a gay bar. He just went in.
Whose bachelorette party?
Selena Sprocket.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
But, so...
And they called the police on him.
What was he doing? Like,
he was, like, sitting with them and acting super inappropriately.
Okay, yeah. Like, at first when he said this, I was like, oh, he came, pretended to be a stripper. And I was like, I don't think, like, he could be a pretty convincing stripper. Like, I don't think anyone would, like, notice.
With the boa?
Yeah. But, so it's on, I think it was just, like, go to a bar and see a bunch of women and just kind of, like, hang around. Try to befriend them. So I could see him do that.
Yeah. Befriend them.
And not really befriend them, just kind of like...
Flirt.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Good. Well, I hope... Was he arrested? Like,
no, he showed his badge.
Okay.
And they were like, okay, we're gonna, like, let you off, but don't do that again.
He's a power-hungry slut.
Yeah. What's your third best moment?
So my third, which is also like my number one, ranking wise, was like the first time we see him in Investigation 2. It's in the prison.
It's in the prison, yeah.
He's all alone, kind of just roaming around.
And the sad music plays.
And then you kind of like ask him stuff and he's like, it's none of your business, and leaves.
Yeah.
And it's like... That's my favorite moment. He's just so weird. I love that he's all alone, just kind of like his whole character, just like walking around in a fucking prison.
Yeah.
And then we're like, what happened? And he's like, none of your business. That is so Shi-Long.
And then he doesn't show up until like the last case. Yeah.
Where he arrests a child. Just like
on hiatus,
like
arrest child.
Yeah, and it's like he has barely no proof for it. Like as always, like Shi-Long. Just his whole vibe in Investigation 2 is pristine.
It's Investigations 2 like really tried to make us feel bad for him. I remember like the sad version of the Speak Up Pup plays like a western.
Do you have it?
I can find I can find it like on YouTube. It's like it's with like what do you call it? Is it like a harmonica? Like it's played through that, and I think it's called The Fall of the House of Lang or something like that, because he lost his like where is it?
Maybe Speak Up Pup Investigation 2.
It's okay, so it's Reminiscence, The Fall of the House of Lang. I was correct. And it's the drama. The drama.
Oh my god.
I love that. Like how he's lost all his minions and like how he's a lone wolf.
Like, it's just Shi-Long Lang is the most consistent and character throughout this series. Like, everything about him is so on character. Like, even the sad music, it's so Shi-Long.
Like, even the backstory, when you think about it, is insane. Like, how his dad knew, or grandpa knew the president of Zhengfa.
Yeah, and was completely shut off because it was the new guy afterwards. Like, what the fuck? The lone wolf.
Oh my god. Yeah. So yeah. My last best Shi-Long moment bestie is... So this is going back to Investigations 1. Do you remember when Shi-Long visited the prosecutor's office and bumped into Angel Star in the parking lot, and he tried to flirt with her and she pepper sprayed him?
She absolutely would.
She would, and she did.
Like, you know, there's those girls on TikTok with, like, keychains full of, like, things to protect themselves.
Yeah.
Like a fake hair comb that's like a knife.
That would be
have all of them.
For sure.
And all of them in pink.
Love that for her. I mean, good for her. Like,
she works in a parking lot. Like, it could be dangerous.
And he kind of deserved it. Like, there was a murder there. Are you kidding?
She should paper spray him. I hope he learned his lesson. But
supposedly there was a murder.
Yeah. You know, however, unfortunately, this story comes before the bachelorette party, so he hasn't learned from it. But thank God she did that. Like, at least.
Yes. Good for her.
Good for her.
Protect yourselves. So, let's move on to questions.
Begin
me?
Yeah.
Okay. This is actually something very central to the podcast as well. And I have done my extensive research. What Monster energy drink flavor do you think is Shi-Long's favorite?
That's one of my questions as well.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? What?
Favorite flavor?
No!
Monster?
What?
I know!
We have a collective hive mind.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Out of everything.
I know! Oh my god.
Do you have an answer?
No, because I never drink it. Do you have an answer?
I do. I was at the university library today searching all the Monster energy drinks. So initially, I wanted to go with something like tropical, which is very like guys who like have it in their car and it sits in the sun for ages, but they'll still drink it.
Yeah.
And like they wear shorts without underwear, like basketball shorts without underwear, and their balls hang out one of like
the holes.
Yeah. But then I saw this flavor and I could not refute it. It is called Monster Muscle. And the flavor, which has like protein in it.
Okay.
And the flavor is vanilla. And the colors actually of the packaging matches his.
Oh my god.
It does, yeah.
I have an answer, but wow.
It's like this.
Oh my
gold,
god.
yellowy.
Yeah. That would be so him.
So yeah.
I have two answers.
Yes. What are they?
I think there's a flavor called Ultra Blue.
Ooh.
And I feel like that he's that kind of guy of like, oh yeah, Ultra Blue. That will fuel me up with energy for days. Like, I think that's how he thinks.
He does.
But there's a flavor called Assault.
What? Are you kidding?
Monster Assault. So, I think it would be fitting.
What the hell? Is that an actual... It is. And it's in camo. Like, the bottle is... The can is in camo.
It would be so him.
That is very him. What's the flavor, though?
I have no clue. I don't know what...
What flavor is Monster Assault? Is a fruit punch.
Oh.
So yeah.
Okay.
Fair answers.
Good for him.
So I can't believe we had the same thing.
I know. So I'm taking that off my list.
What's your next question?
It kind of ties into this one.
Yeah.
But how does he smell like?
How does he smell?
What does he smell like? Like, what's his smell?
For sure, sweat and balls. And Monster Energy drink, but it's like his breath. Like, I definitely feel like he doesn't shower and he lives in his mom's attic.
I feel like he also smells like cigarettes for some reason.
Cigarettes? Do you think he smokes?
I don't think he smokes, but I think he's one of those people who smell like cigarette even though they don't smoke. Like, they live...
I've never met someone like that, but...
Oh, in Paris, there's a lot of... Like, when you go at bars a lot, or like when you live, like... in like a smoky basement.
Yeah.
Like,
I know what you mean.
That kind of that stench.
No, I have met people like that.
You know, like, it's kind of stuck in his hair almost.
Yeah.
And then I feel like he doesn't brush his teeth, so he's like chews gum. So I feel like there's like artificial mintiness, smoke, sweat definitely, and Monster Energy like all combined.
I love that that's a question.
Of course it is.
So yeah, my second question, bestie Sok, is what card do you think Shi-Long has?
Okay, I'm gonna need... So, I don't know how to say this in English.
Go ahead.
But basically, in France, we have this thing called tuning, which is like when you modify your car.
Oh my god, I know what you're talking about.
You know what I mean? When they I know, put the little...
I know exactly what you're gonna show me.
Like...
he added like a little...
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know how you...
Yeah, I don't know how to say that in English.
No, it's tuning. I think it's tuning.
Tuning.
I've heard it before.
But
he has like the little nitro boost and it's a shitty ass car. Please send me that. I'm gonna put it up on screen.
Kind of like this, and he has like the little booster. Like,
like the little booster in the back, like the nitro like pump behind the flames.
Ugh.
I love how we have like the same idea in our heads of who he is.
We have the exact same
and we've
vision.
never discussed it.
It's just we don't have to speak.
No.
I'm gonna like these.
Please send me that as well.
Wait, I'm gonna...
Does that have fur on it? Oh my god.
I'm gonna send you...
And inside it's full of Monster cans.
Oh, absolutely. And do you think like you would call it the pussy wagon like in Kill Bill?
No, I don't think he'd write it on it.
But I think he'd name it something.
Yeah, for sure. Like maybe
the chick's magnet or something like that. But yeah.
Oh my god.
Fucking god. Let me send you what I've gathered. But yeah, we have... So what do you think he would drive?
I have a similar answer, but for me, I said without the tuning. Because it's like his mom's or dad's car and he's using it. Or like he didn't have enough money, so he didn't want to share, so he got his own. So for me, and I had to research this because I have no idea about cars or car brands or models. So excuse me if I'm mispronouncing it. It's the Toyota Corolla hatchback AE82.
Do you have a picture of it?
I do. I've saved a picture.
You know what? I knew it was going to be a Toyota.
Of course. But in blue.
Oh.
I said in blue.
What shade of blue?
Like electric blue.
Yeah, like matching the energy drink.
Yes.
Ultra blue. Yeah, I agree. I think it was like his mom car is in like the 80s. And she kept it. It's really old.
Basically.
You have to like punch somewhere for it to work.
Yes.
And like punch it like really hard. Yeah, he punches like... I could see that.
Yes.
Most definitely.
For sure. What's your next question?
My next question is a bit of a personal one.
Ooh, like, as opposed to what he smells like.
No, it's personal to you.
Me?
What is your relationship status with him?
Okay. So, your answer is gonna, like, be tailored to me or you?
I have an answer, but it can be
what?
adapted from, like, my relationship to him.
Okay, not mine.
No.
Okay. Like, what's the context? Are we in the Ace Attorney universe? Is he in ours?
He's everywhere.
He's everywhere?
He's here. Like, what's your relationship to him?
He definitely reminds me of, like, people in high school who used to, like, pose a threat to me. Like, weren't, like, necessarily, like, bullying me or, like, picking on me, but, like, were just, like, the shit, like, supposedly. But after high school, it's been a downfall. Like, it's been a descent. A downward spiral, if you will. So I feel like me and Shi-Long would go to high school together and I'd spot him years after. And I'd feel better about myself.
Like, he's still stuck in the same place and he's such a loser.
Like, he was good at PE then, and that's the highlight of his life.
He peaked in high school.
Yeah. What about you?
I feel like Shi-Long would be dating, like, a childhood friend of mine. Like, not a super close friend, but someone I grew up with, and I love her, but we kind of, like, you know, went our separate ways.
Yeah.
But he's dating her and I hate him. Like, he's so annoying. He constantly cheats on her, but she's like, he'll change, he needs me. And I'm like, I literally hate him.
Can I have your phone?
For what?
I have a meme which I feel like is exactly what you're describing. Yeah, I'm insane. Wait, I'm gonna put it up on screen. Is Shi-Long this?
Yes. Yes. I've screenshotted it. I'm sending it to you so everything is in one place. But yes. That's him. That's him. And, like, for sure,
The
before
glasses
I meet
too.
him, the car, before I meet him, she'd be like, he's the cutest, like, he's so sweet to me. And then I'd meet him, is like, would be the absolute worst. And then she'd be like, oh, you caught him on a bad night. It's just like his favorite football team lost, so he's really on edge. Ugh!
Would he meet you and be like, without knowing, like, French people are the worst?
I don't think he'll be, like, that intellectually, like, I don't think he'll actually speak. I feel like he'll show up and, like, slap my friend's ass and be like,
oh my god.
Babe, can you give me, like, $20?
No,
and he'll, like, go buy some, like,
charcoal.
Some
coal.
You know, how do you call, like, things to win money?
Lottery ticket.
Yeah, a lottery ticket with it.
Like the lotto.
Yeah. Some scratchers. He'll, like, borrow money from my friend to buy some scratchers. And then he'll loudly do them next to us. And check out the waitress ass. Like, it would be horrible. What's your next question?
My next question, bestie, is, and I'll pull up my tier list for this one. Which characters, if any, do you think Shi-Long has slept or attempted to sleep with from the series?
First of all, Angel Star, definitely.
Angel Star, she's on my list because, like, it's canon.
Absolutely.
It happened.
He tried and failed.
He got pepper sprayed.
For some reason, I feel
Would
like...
he lie about it, though?
Oh, for sure. I feel like, you know what he would say? I don't think he would say that he slept with her because he would be, like, too scared of her. But he would be like, oh, she saw someone try to attack her and I saved her, but in the process she pepper sprayed me because she wanted to, like... He'd make a... That's
why my eyes are red.
Exactly. For some reason, I feel like he slept with Penny Nichols. Because I feel like she doesn't have many interactions with men.
I have her on my list. The image we have, is so consistent with each other.
It's so consistent.
And we have not discussed this ever. It's insane.
Someone else on my list would be Camille.
Same.
Really? Like, I feel like...
You're just naming people off my list.
Yes! I feel like they slept together, like, she was, like, going somewhere on a plane. It was, like, one night they met at a bar, and he's kind of, like, obsessed with her, and she doesn't remember him.
Yeah.
I think he tried to sleep with Desiree and failed.
I was thinking that. I didn't include her, but I was thinking that.
I think that's about it for me.
Okay.
Yeah, those 4 women. 4 blondish women. I think that's his type.
Blonde. Also, because... Not because... I feel like he'd be super anti-drugs. Like, he wouldn't ever do drugs. Like, he's... Maybe his friends would pressure him and he'd be like, that's not cool, bro. Like,
he would... Like, I can never see him do weed because he's
so
me
neither.
Hyper-energy.
Yeah.
And I do think he has a very strong sense of morals because of, like, Interpol and stuff. So, yeah, I could see that.
So... my list has those people you've mentioned, but he hasn't actually slept with them.
Oh, he's tried to sleep with all of them, though.
He's tried to sleep with Angel Star and got pepper sprayed.
Absolutely.
Lotta Heart.
For sure.
And got slapped.
Because he would be like, you're so feisty. Like...
Yeah. And got slapped. I feel like Lotta Heart is gay as well. Just putting that out there. Camille and Rhoda Tenero.
Of course.
He was investigating the flight.
Yeah.
Penny Nichols. He tried to hit in during the movie production of Mozilla.
Yeah.
I said Olga Orly.
Oh, of course. She'd be at a bar and she was the waitress.
The barista, yeah.
You know, she was when he was with my friend and I was meeting them. He was checking the waitress' ass. He was Olga Orly's.
Of course.
Of course.
And I said that the only person he actually managed to sleep with is Maggie Bird. Her bad luck continues. And he definitely gave her something.
STDs, yeah.
Mono.
No, I feel like maybe chlamydia.
Yes, and then he wouldn't admit it.
Yeah.
Like, she was like...
You gave me... Like, you're the only guy I've slept with for a month. And he'd be like, no. He definitely has some STDs.
For sure. But yeah. Because she also worked at the prosecutor's office.
And I feel like she'd be a bit obsessed with him afterwards. And, you know, like, she'd take they'd sleep together once, but she'd take a while to, like, get over him. Like...
But she wouldn't admit it because even she, as downrodden and, like, down on her luck she is, she knows it's, like, the lowest of the low.
Well, I see. I had a kind of, like, a different... So you think she wouldn't admit it?
I think, like, she'd think of him, but it just be a line in her, like, another entry in her bad luck because she's, like... She was out drinking because of all of her miseries.
Yeah, and
she's got persecuted twice. Her boyfriend died. She almost died.
Yeah, she got framed for murder.
She got fired multiple times. She's messed up at her work every time we see her. She's, like, literally the worst. She's annoying. She's loud. So she's going out to a bar, and Shi-Long was there. And they've had like, a little too much to drink, and then the next morning...
He gave her chlamydia.
Yes.
I could see that.
Yeah. And that's actually the story.
I love that. So, kind of going on with your last answer, what was his favorite subject in high school?
P. For sure.
Absolutely.
Do you agree?
P, of course. Like, he would love running. He would be even, like, more annoying than the teacher being like, guys, you're not doing the exercises right. Like, he'd be so annoying.
Yeah, he'd be the worst.
Yes.
Was that your question? My next question is, what relationship do you think Shi-Long and Sheena had? More professional or platonic? And what activities do you think they did together?
For some reason, bowling comes to mind, but I don't think they would. But
it's because of her head. It's because of her wig.
Maybe. I think he'd try... I think he would have attempted at first to sleep with her, got rejected really strongly, and then would have tried to be friends with her, and got rejected again. And I think he'd constantly be like on the weekend, so what are you doing? And she'd be like, I have plans. I'd be like, okay, I'm going to this place. If you're around, come over. Like, he'd try to befriend her, but fail. And, like, the one time where she comes, I feel like he'll invite her to a barbecue. And it's like...
Whose?
His
barbecue?
And she would be
the
like,
one
oh,
invited.
There's, like, tons of people were coming, and it was just him and her, like, grilling sausages. And they halfway through it, she would be like, I'm vegetarian. And be like, oh. So she'd just, like, eat in silence, and try to be like... So, what's your favorite sport? Like, stuff like that.
This sounds like an Office episode.
That's the vision I have. What about you?
Okay, so mine is a bit, like, of a deep-rooted explanation. Basically, I thought of him hitting on her at first, but then I couldn't picture it or imagine it. And then I was like, he, in his head, does not picture her as a woman.
Oh.
And also, whoever he doesn't want to sleep with doesn't picture her as a woman. And that's kind of problematic.
You're either, like, boneable or not boneable.
Yeah. And I think the sexism, or at least, like, the chauvinism is kind of, like, inherent, or, like, he grew up with it, but he's not, like, he doesn't have, like, he wouldn't hurt a woman like he would. He's not misogynist. But in his head, he's one of those people who like grew up in a house of, like, all men, like, apart from the mom. Like, I feel like he has two brothers, and, like, his dad was super involved. Like, they play, like, football during the weekends, and, like, his brothers are super successful,
and he has,
he's
like,
still...
he compares himself to
yeah. So I feel like in his head it was all, he's like a guy's guy, which isn't an excuse for him to be chauvinistic, but it's, like, inherent, like, it's his view. So, like, if you're not fuckable, then you're just, like, a buddy, like a cartoon character. And I feel like that's how he views Kay as well, who is underage.
Yeah.
But in my head, I think that his perception of, like, Kay, Sheena, maybe, like, Wendy Oldbag is, like, a college humor skit. Like, very... So, that being said, my answer is that he'd attempt for them to, like, he'd try to emulate X-Files, which is, like, Scully and Mulder.
Yeah.
And Sheena wouldn't play along, obviously. Like, Sheena hates his guts, and she obviously has ulterior motives. But he definitely, like, I could definitely see the barbecue thing happening, but in more of a platonic way. Like...
What do you mean?
Like... what you said would go down exactly as it did, but he didn't do it because he wants to fuck her. It's just because he wants friends.
Neither in mine.
Okay.
He like, once she's rejected him once, like, he genuinely wants to be friends with her.
Then
like,
that's, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he's genuinely trying to befriend her. Like, I think that in my head he consider her as his best friend. Yes. And she's not even, like, a friend. Like, he's not even her friend. Like, he's her acquaintance. Like, he's her work acquaintance. And for him, like, she's his best man at his wedding. You know what I mean? Yes. And, like, at the barbecue, he's trying to, like, befriend her. It's like...
And he's trying to make running gags of, like, him being the protagonist and her the sidekick, and they never land. Like, when they get a call to go somewhere, like, he runs off his office and he's like, quick, Robin, to the Batmobile. Yeah. And she just, like, walks, doesn't even run. Yeah. Like, she's so sick of him.
I could so see it. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, yeah.
How would he describe himself in one word?
That's a good question. I feel like he couldn't. I feel like if you asked him to do it, he wouldn't be able to. But like
his brain would explode.
He'd be like, I want to say like awesome, but if you like were presenting myself in this light, then I have to say like in a professional manner, I'd have to say like workaholic, but like
maybe it would be awesome by suppose.
yeah, so that's a good one. I don't know what would you say?
I'd say that he would say big dog, and then the person would be like, oh no, it's one word, and they would say big dog. Like, he wouldn't want to change his answer. Like, it would be big dog. I think that's the nickname he gave him to himself. And it tries Sheena, like, it tries really hard, so Sheena calls him big dog.
Oh
and
my
no
god.
one does. So sometimes like big dog's out. And then everyone's like, who's big dog? He's like, it's me. So yeah.
Shi-Long is
Michael Scott.
yeah, basically.
Yeah.
My next question, bestie Sock, is, and this is a bit more like in line with what we usually do. Is choose one case from the main titles to have Shi-Long in, and what relationship do you think he'd have with Phoenix and Maya?
Okay, so him as a detective?
No, just like him as what he does, but him popping up in one of the cases.
Okay, just causing chaos
like,
in the case.
This murder has reached Interpol status. I'm here to like save the day.
Okay.
And like butt heads with Gumshoe maybe.
Do you have an answer?
I don't. This is actually one I forgot to answer.
Let me think.
So out of the like cases,
I do. We've kind of already seen it. Like, I was gonna say, I would really want him to like maybe Turnabout Samurai. Like, I could see, but at the same time, we've already kind of had that with the last case of
with Mozilla.
With Mozilla.
I feel like if we're going by logic, he'd have like statistically and logically like the stakes would have to be like super high if the Interpol was to get involved.
I think I have my
so like
answer.
Maybe Dual Destinies, like the Phantom, like we've been trying to like track down the Phantom, but then Maya wouldn't be there. I wanted to be in the original trilogy. Is it
Pharaoh might Turnabout with Matt on Guard?
Yeah.
I was thinking maybe Pharaoh might, like, Shelly the Killer has been on the Interpol list for a long time because he's committed crimes in Europe.
That's good.
So he's, like, involved in it, and then, like, because when I think of Shi-Long Lang, I also think, like, Bling Bling. So he would really fit in with, like, Man on Guard and the whole... That's where we'd hit on a lot of hearts. You know, like...
I mean, Loda Heart is an investigation, though.
True, but like that's when he would like first meet her.
Can you believe, by the way, now that you said that, like about Loda Hart, we have a case in which Shi-Long and the bellboy are in together. It's the kidnap turnabout.
Oh
yeah,
our two babies
and Mike Meekins and like.
Oh my god.
Shi-Long is introduced. And Wendy Oldbag. And Emma Skye. And there's like the Governor's reference.
That case is packed with like references. It's insane.
What I've just realized is that isn't it like a bit of an inconsistency if the Governors existed in this before the 7-year gap?
Oh, that's true. But wasn't he already
a rock star?
I
don't know. I don't remember.
Yeah. But yeah.
Food for thought.
Yeah, so my answer would be Pharaoh My Turnabout.
Pharaoh My Turnabout.
I think it'd fit well.
I'd say Turnabout for tomorrow. But if I wanted to ground it into the trilogy, then maybe I'd go with Stolen.
I could see that, but why would Interpol be involved?
Maybe like Kane Bullard was like a person of interest.
Maybe.
Because he was corrupt and crooked.
Yeah.
But yeah, to answer the second part, what relationship do you think he'd have with Phoenix and Maya?
So Maya is kidnapped for most of this case.
No, like in general.
In general, I think that he would... You're so right about him not seeing women he's not attracted to as women, and I think Maya would fall under this category.
Same.
Like, it almost, like, you know, like, he's the type of guy who, like, slaps his friend's ass, like, guys, like... And so he'd do that to Maya because to him she's like a buddy. I think she hates him. Like, is really not hates him, but like is really annoyed. Like, you know, she has this pride where she's like that, and I feel like she'd do it often with him. And I feel like in his head they're like super good friends, and it's just like she's like playing around, and it's their inside joke, but to him, like, and I think he had like general disdain for Phoenix, and likewise. What about you?
Like an obstacle.
Yeah, I feel like he really annoys Phoenix, and I feel like if he wants to be friends with Maya, he's kind of jealous of Phoenix, so he kind of doesn't like him.
I think he glorifies the main duo.
Oh.
Because the investigations team hates him so much. Edgeworth, Kay, Gumshoe,
especially
even
Gumshoe.
Francisca hate him so much, and they literally don't want to see him, that he like sides with Phoenix. Like,
you think?
He doesn't like to admit it because he sees them as like the losers because they're like the like attorneys. So in front of Edgeworth he'd be like, yeah, get lost, Phoenix. But then as soon as like Edgeworth would leave or like would like go to investigate, he'd go up to Phoenix and be like, are you guys free afterwards?
He tried to befriend them. I could see that actually.
Like, he'd go to the anything to the agency.
You'd definitely go back to the agency and he'd be there for some reason, like on the couch. Like, are you waiting for someone? It was just like, no, I wanted to hang. But when he said that, actually, what like the first thing I thought was like, I feel like he would look at Phoenix and Maya and be like, oh, they're the defense version of me and Sheena. Like, they copied us. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
He thinks they're the like
he's the blueprint.
Yeah, he's the blueprint, and like Maya and Phoenix kind of copying.
He wouldn't give them credit for it sure, but he definitely has fun with them.
Yeah.
And I feel like Maya would have fun with him as well. Like,
you think?
I'd feel like Phoenix would be like, Phoenix wouldn't like him because of like how horrible he is.
Yeah.
Like, but Phoenix would try to like exploit and take advantage of the fact that he likes them to like receive info for the cases, whereas Maya genuinely had fun with him.
You know what? I think you're right, because I don't think Maya hates anyone. Like, I don't think she could be annoyed by him.
Yeah.
I feel like she'd ask to go or like have a like. He's definitely those guys on parking lots who does donuts with his cars, and she'd like ask to come in.
Yes.
And Nick would be like, "No, Maya."
Like, Maya would have so much fun with him. Like, they'd goof around.
But I think he's definitely think she's his best friend as well.
Yeah.
And slightly like he'd like them, but slightly be jealous of Phoenix. And you're so right about Phoenix using him for info. Like, he would give everything to Phoenix, just like, "Oh, I found this from like Edgeworth Coats. Take it."
I wish we had him now.
Me too. Crossover? Capcom? Are
Capcom!
Are you listening? I'm so funny because every time I feel like it's just one man who's Capcom and who just listened to our podcast and we're just addressing him.
Yes.
Shutakami?
The faceless phantom.
Yes.
So is it your last one?
I think I have 2 left. I have 2 left.
Okay.
What's his favorite season?
Ooh. I think summer, for sure.
I agree.
And he definitely gets a tan at a tanning salon.
I was thinking he gets those little like plastic garden chairs and he sits in the sun for hours with his monster energy with like oil, so he tans.
Yeah,
like
I can see that. Yeah,
you know, like kind of like those plastic chairs that like are super bendy, like the white ones.
Yeah.
And he falls asleep, and then when he gets up, he's got like the marks in his back of like the chair, like because he slept in it.
Yes.
So that's my vision for him.
But
it's summer, definitely.
Summer, yeah. I could see him like taking a cooler to the beach.
Oh, and like yeah, but no sun thing because he wants to tan, but just a cooler full of monster energy,
and then like definitely like doing the water sports.
Jet ski.
Yeah.
The man is on a jet ski all around summer.
Like trying to like play kind of like macho, like conversing with like the people who do like the water sports and be like, there's a tide today. I could feel it when I went for a swim. Like, are you sure you can handle the waves when you get on your boat?
Something like that, absolutely. Is this your last question?
It is not. I have 2 more.
Okay.
My second to last question is, where do you think Shi-Long is post the 7-year gap?
Running Interpol.
Running Interpol?
No, not running Interpol. I think Shi-Long is someone who's exactly in the same place. I think it's exactly like the way he is. And he's like, has no growth, no decrease, just the same man all over again in the exact same position.
That is my exact answer. Like, I can't see him doing anything else.
You know, like for certain characters, we're like, oh, if they come back and they have like no growth, it would be disappointing. Like Maya, like Gumshoe. But for him, it's like there's no other answer than he's the exact same person. Absolutely. Definitely.
He's in the same office.
The same outfit.
The same
theme song.
The same gimmick.
The same sunglasses. Yeah, absolutely. I feel like the only thing that would change is who he's surrounded with. Like, I think maybe he got a new assistant after Sheena, or he's gone back with his wolf gang. Like, I think that's the only thing that could vary.
I don't think I can picture that. I feel like Sheena, because in his mind they were best friends.
Yeah.
Was such a heartbreak.
Even after 7 years, though? Like, at the end of Investigation 2, he gets back his squad of black suited men, right? Like, his...
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't think he really bonds with those.
Oh, no. They're just goons.
Okay. So what's your ultimate question, Bestie Sock?
Ultimate question, Bestie Shoe. Well, it was really essential that you call me Sock right now, because my question is, does he sleep with socks on? Which is a very important question to the podcast.
Excellent question. I think he does.
You think?
I think he sleeps with socks on. I think when at his house, how he walks around is with long white Nike socks.
Yeah.
Like almost knee high.
Yeah.
And the Adidas slides.
I could see that. And like, what's the rest of his outfit when he sleeps? Like basketball shorts?
Just thinking, no, not when he's sleeping. When he's like lounging in his house, I can see him like wearing basketball shorts without underwear and a
white
sleeveless shirt.
Like a vest, like a white vest that has stains on it. Barbecue sauce.
When he's sleeping, I think it's just underwear and white socks that he walked around the house with, and like they're brown underneath. Yeah,
they're dirty.
What do you think?
I don't think he sleeps with socks on. I think he sleeps completely naked. I think he sweats a lot at night. And so when he wakes up, like his sheet are kind of sticking to his body. Like
that's disgusting.
Sticky, moist body and feet.
That's gross. And he doesn't shower in the morning.
No.
As we've established. Excellent last question.
Essential, one might say.
I would characterize my last question as essential as well.
Tell me.
So my last question, Bestie Sock, is... We've established what would happen if Raymond Shields took a trip to Kurain. What would happen? What would happen if Shi-Long joined him or traveled there after him?
Well, first of all, he'd arrived and the music would be his theme song, but with Korean instrument, just like like the same thing, but with Korean instruments. I think he'd arrive, and then he'd like
would they go together or arrive separately?
Arrive separately. I think he would come to save Raymond from decapitation. He'd land on the floor.
Too late.
Like he'd arrive on the market. There's this weird bird that does like a lion sound. He gets scared. He punches it in the face and gets immediately arrested for punching
the bird.
Yeah, for like punching the national animal. And then it's a whole thing with Interpol.
So while Raymond Shields' head is under Queen Garen's skirt, making Looney Tunes Johnny Bravo noises, fucking Shi-Long Lang is getting carted away in an international affair because he punched the national animal of Korea.
Yes.
That's... Oh my god.
That's my stance. What about you?
I said that they'd go together. And do you know movies like Wayne's World or like Harold?
Oh, yeah.
Like Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle, or like
Dumb
Bill
and
and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Yeah.
It'd be like a buddy movie.
Yeah.
And like they'd get into like rascal situations like what you discussed. Like I feel like sexual jokes all around, fart jokes.
That'd be BFFs.
Like they'd arrive to a fucking crappy ass Korean hotel.
Yeah.
Like with roaches and like there's no windows, it's just like curtains. And apparently Shi-Long accidentally booked one room for them. And they'd have to like sleep together in like a little tiny ass bed. And Shi-Long would be like, but I sleep naked.
Yeah, or like Raymond tries to bring home a girl in that tiny ass bed, and like Shi-Long has to leave for like 2 hours, or like stay in the closet or the bathroom.
So he goes and drinks his heart out, and then he actually goes into the property of Queen Garen.
Oh no, Shi-Long! Or like he's stuck in the closet because like he was there when they were entering and he panicked, and he has like, he's traumatized.
I also feel like when Shi-Long is flirting, he definitely flashes his badge.
Oh! For sure.
He's like, you know what this is? I'm an agent.
I'm an Interpol agent.
Yeah.
I have a very dangerous job. I can never be in the same place. And I think he uses that to like dumb girls. You know, like, I have to go for a mission.
That's what Maggie Bird fell for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After he gave her chlamydia.
After? She did the same mistake. Twice.
Gave her chlamydia, and then he was like, I have to go on a mission. She's like, you gave me chlamydia, like you should get tested. He's like, it's too dangerous. They're gonna track my blood sample. My enemies are after me.
I feel like in Korean he'd like show his Interpol badge to literally everyone and he'd get in trouble for it. Like Durkee's men would be like,
there's an Interpol agent.
Let's hold him as hostage.
Yeah.
So yeah,
this wraps up the Shi-Long Lang episode.
We hope you enjoyed it.
The long-awaited Shi-Long Lang episode, as I can imagine. All of the Shi-Long Lang stands out there were like, where is the Shi-Long Lang episode? Your prayers have been answered.
Everyone's like sending me messages like, Jeffrey, you're gonna come up with the receipts and you have to be ready to forgive. I am nothing like that.
Thank you, Jeffrey.
Master Jeffers. I miss our catchphrases so much sometimes.
Oh, we have an announcement.
We do have an announcement.
Yeah. We're going on a break.
Yeah. Our Easter break.
Our Easter break. We took a break for Christmas. We're taking a break for Easter.
Because we have deadlines.
We have loads of work. But we're coming back better than ever in a month. So end of April, beginning of May.
So how it's going down is that the next 4 weeks we have off from university as our Lent break.
Yes.
And then in the next 2 weeks after that, I have most of my deadlines and you have some too.
And
but it's not the same because you have your exams.
I have my exams.
Whereas
afterwards.
I don't.
It's a week of exam. So that specific week.
But that's probably... like way like in the middle of May.
Yeah, it's in the middle of May. It's like I think the 3rd week of May. So there might not be a podcast at that time because it'd be like
it's gonna be a hectic time.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll try to get as much content out as possible. Like the next 4 or 6 weeks. The 4 weeks we're definitely gonna be off because we're gonna be separated.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of work. But after that, we're gonna try to meet up and record. But if we see that the work is too much, we might record something shorter or like maybe a hot take.
A hot take,
it's been some while.
Interview style but less questions.
Yeah,
so stay tuned for that. I hope you guys have a great Easter break if you're also uni students
or in the UK
and have time to relax. All right, on that note,
while we're away, you might want to like go back and listen to old episodes if you haven't already.
Feel free to. Exploding Pineapple, you have not commented on every single one of our videos, so take that time to.
He's gonna take it seriously.
No, don't do it. Exploding Pineapple. Don't worry, we don't. You don't have to. We're joking.
We also don't know your pronouns.
Yes, please tell us, or tell us if you want us to call you something else than Exploding Pineapple,
or if you want to come up to the podcast as a guest.
We want to invite you, like, absolutely.
Yes.
And thank you guys for listening to our 50th episode, for being with us on this long, wonderful journey, and for supporting Shi-Long Lang.
Yes, throughout all his crazy shenanigans.
We're gonna donate some Monster Energy to him, so click the link in the bio to buy him a flavor and we'll send it to him. Thank you guys.
So, do you have a question for us?
No, but I can think of one. Do you have one?
I don't.
Okay. If Shi-Long Lang was a professor at our university, what would he teach? In our course.
Oh.
We're doing like something related to English, like lit.
I think he'd fall under the creative writing. And he'd be like poetry.
I was thinking something similar, but I think it'd be like the creative writing, but like detective novels. And he'd be like a consultant.
A consultant?
And he'd be like, he'd come, like, I don't know if he would be a professor, but he would show up.
Definitely not a professor.
And he'd be like, here's what happened. And like, he would be like, you can put that in your books. Put that in your books. Ugh, with his little sunglasses. I would love him. I would love to have a lecture of him. Oh, Shi-Long Lang.
So yeah. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Thank you guys.
And we'll see you soon.
It's
not a goodbye, it's a see you soon.
See you later.
Yes.
Alligator.
Yes.
All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. Bye.
Ciao. Who are you waving at?
I'm waving at them.
You're waving goodbye at the recording?
Yeah.
Got it.